In this video, I'm going to show you how to plot a point in two-dimensional plane and three-dimensional space. Let's start with the two-dimensional plane. You're probably really familiar with this. The XY plane. Let's say we want to plot a point right here. Okay, that's a 1. This point would be 2, 1, right? Now, let's say we want to plot another point in three-dimensional space. So first we got to draw the plane, the space. We have an X, Y, and a Z will go straight through. Let's move that down so we can see it a little bit easier. Now let's say we want to plot, where's my, okay, a point, call it a P point. This marker is kind of big, so I'm gonna make it a little bit smaller. No, that's too small. 1, 2, and a -1. So this is your X. Put an X here too. This is going to be your X plane. The Y. This is your Y plane. And Z. It's your Z plane. First, what we want to do is find where X is. This is going to be your positive X. This is your negative X. So +1 would be right there. Actually, let me see if I can. Okay, that's your X is equal to 1, and your Y is equal to 2, so it's going to be somewhere over here. 2. And Z, -1, is going to be down here. So what we're going to do is connect all the dots, and we will be able to find out where exactly it is. Okay. Right there. That is going to be your P point. So that's how you do it. Now, that's what it looks like if you go around. Remember, this is the negative X. That is the positive X. This is the Y. Negative Y, positive Z, negative Z. Let's plot another point. Three, -2, and I don't know, like a pi. So 3, X is equal to 3. We changed it to red. So this is 1, 2, 3. Your Y is equal to -2. 1, 2. Okay, and your Z is pi. So 1, 2, 3.1415295. Somewhere up here. And let's draw the dots. Z, remember, is 3.14. So if I go around, we can see a little bit easier. Okay, so this is going to be your dot. X is equal to 3, Y is equal to -2, and Z is equal to 3 point blah 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 blah, right there. Let me color that so it will be a little bit easier to distinguish. Orange and P. Okay, well, they're almost the same color, but so let's try drawing the vector in three-dimensional space. That vector is going to be called P, Q. Okay, so what we want to do is go from point P to point Q. We're going to draw a yellow line like that. Okay, that's going to be your vector PQ. And let's say we want to find a length from P to Q. The length of this vector is going to be found using the distance formula. So let me remind you of what the distance formula looks like in two-dimensional plane. It should be x2 minus x1 squared plus y2 minus y1 squared. Got a little bit, whoops, longer. Okay. So in three-dimensional plane, it's going to be very similar to this equation, except we have a z. So it's actually just going to be plus z2 minus z1 squared. So we look at our 2 points. This is your x1. Come on. x1, y1, z1, and this is your x2. I'm sure you get the idea, but I'll just do it just in case. x2, y2, and z2. Okay, so if we plug them all in, we're going to get, let me erase this first. Start with x2. Okay. Whoops. Okay, so x2 is going to be 3. 3 minus 1. y2 is negative 2. Negative 2 minus 2. And the z2 is going to be pi. I shouldn't have used pi. Now I have to come up with a really large number. So let me just call it 3. Okay, 3. And 3 minus 1, which is plus 1. Now if you add all this up, you're probably going to get something like 48. Yeah, it's going to be 48 square root of 48, which is equal to 2, 6. Wait, is that right? No, that's not right. Yes. 4, 24, 24. Anyway, I'll just leave it at root 48. So the length of your PQ vector from point P to point Q, this is 48 square root. Okay, so that's how you find the length from P to Q in three-dimensional space. What else is there? Well, let's say you wanted to find a midpoint. The midpoint will be between point Q and point P, which is right here. I'll color it pink. Okay, let's say you want to find the midpoint. Midpoint. Now I'm used to midpoint formula. It's exactly the same idea as your distance formula. So we use x1 plus x2. I'm not going to draw that. I'll just write it out, which is 3 plus 1 over 2 and you have a 2 and a -2. So you have 2 minus 2 over 2, which is probably 0. And -1 plus 3 over 2, which is equal to 2, 0, and 1. So that is your midpoint. This is your midpoint. Right there. Right in between the 2 points P and Q. Yeah. Thanks for watching. I don't know. What else should I say? It's been a pleasure.